In the heart of the unforgiving Sierra Nevada mountains, in the winter of 1846, there existed a scene so grim and desperate that even the mention of it sends shivers down our spines. Here, amidst the snow-covered peaks and freezing cold, the members of the Donner Party found themselves trapped, their hope as tenuous as the ice crystals forming on their eyelashes. As weeks turned into a horrifying ordeal, their provisions dwindled, and the specter of starvation loomed over them, a constant, gnawing companion. Yet it was the biting, relentless cold that truly tested their mettle, pushing them to the very edge of human endurance. As temperatures plummeted and the snow piled up, they were confronted with an unthinkable choice: succumb to the freezing cold, or take a chance on an audacious escape through the treacherous mountain passes. On one hand, staying put in their makeshift shelters seemed like a death sentence. The relentless blizzards showed no signs of relenting, and their dwindling food supplies offered only a temporary reprieve from the harsh reality of their situation. On the other hand, the thought of venturing out into the freezing wilderness, battling through knee-deep snow and sub-zero temperatures, was equally daunting. It meant risking exposure, hypothermia, and possibly death. Yet they had little choice. The decision to press on was a desperate gamble, a roll of the dice with their lives. And so began their harrowing journey through the unforgiving Sierra Nevadas. Battling against the elements, they pushed forward, their bodies becoming instruments of sheer willpower, their breaths forming frosty plumes in the frigid air. Each step was a victory, each footfall a testament to the indomitable spirit of survival. But as days turned into a blur of white and their bodies grew weaker with each passing moment, the full weight of their gamble became clear. The mountain passes they had chosen to traverse were not just treacherous, they were deadly. The snow, which had seemed like a path to salvation, now threatened to engulf them completely. They struggled to make any headway, sinking deeper into the snowdrifts with each step. Their hope, which had flickered like a candle in the wind, began to dim. The promise of rescue, once a beacon in the distance, now seemed like a mirage shimmering just beyond their grasp. But even in the face of this grim reality, they refused to yield. They dug deeper, clawed harder, and somehow managed to inch forward, their bodies screaming in protest, their minds focused on the single-minded pursuit of survival. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of battling the elements, they emerged from the snowdrifts, their bodies battered, their spirits broken but alive. However, their ordeal was far from over. The harsh winter had transformed the landscape into a frozen wasteland, devoid of the sustenance they desperately needed. Food was scarce, water was frozen, and the biting cold continued to sap their strength. Yet they endured, subsisting on meager rations, their bodies pushed to the brink of starvation. Their ordeal became a grim testament to the unyielding power of nature, a stark reminder of the fragility of human existence. Yet even in the face of such despair, the human spirit persevered. They huddled together for warmth, sharing stories and memories around small fires, their voices carrying tales of hope and resilience across the frozen wilderness. And when it seemed that hope had abandoned them completely, a faint sound reached their ears, a distant rumble that carried the promise of salvation. Rescue was on its way. Their ordeal was finally coming to an end. However, what awaited them at the end of their journey was not just relief, but a stark realization of the lengths to which they had been pushed. The Donner Party's struggle for survival had taken them to the very edge of human endurance. forcing them to confront the harsh realities of their situation and the lengths to which they would go to survive. The ordeal left an indelible mark on their souls, a chilling reminder of the unforgiving nature of the wilderness and the tenacity of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity.